guys, it's Rachel, and today I'm going to be telling you the story of how I almost got arrested. And looking back on this, I just think this is a really funny story, and I've wanted to tell it for a really long time, and I don't know, I haven't. So today is the day I'm going to tell you guys. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a backstory / side note to the story, because it'll make sense when I tell the story. This particular event happened on July 1st, 2016, almost a year ago. It was 5 days before I left for California. And if you don't know, last year I went to California all by myself at 18 for my first ever solo trip. It was my favorite place in the world, and I got to go by myself. That sounds really sad, but honestly it was the best time of my entire life. Months before this occurred, I told my mom I wanted to have like a barbecue or like a cookout or something for 4th of July, because my family used to like actually do stuff as a whole family. We used to always get together when I was really little, and when I was younger and stuff, we would always like get together for holidays and stuff like that, and especially in the summer, a lot of times we would do stuff like that in the summer. And I like have missed that for so long, and I don't know, I just decided, why not, let's just do it. And let's make it like not kind of like a going away party because I'm not moving yet, but kind of a going away party because like I'm leaving for a week by myself, going across the country. So it was kind of like my party / let's get together for 4th of July, you know what I mean? But yeah, that was that kind of whole thing I wanted to do. So yeah, basically we started planning this party we were gonna have the weekend before I left. So this was on a Saturday that we were having the party, and this particular story happened the day before, on the Friday night. Fast forward into June of last year. June of last year is when my ex-boyfriend came back into my life again, blah 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 blah, whatever. So we started hanging out, this and that again, and whatnot. That particular week before the party, me and my parents were arguing a lot, and we usually don't argue. We were fighting almost every day that week, and it was like hurting me because I particularly don't like confrontation. I don't like fighting with people, especially this was the week before I was leaving to go to California. So I did not want to be on any bad terms with anyone in my life at all, like no one. I wanted to be on good terms with everyone here, so when I left to go across the country, I wouldn't have anything affecting me or, whatever. That week was like not the greatest week for me, particularly. But that Friday, and fast forward to that Friday, I get a text message. Oh, no. Back it up, I'm going too far. I'm going way too far here. Alright, that Friday, I don't remember what I did during the day, but when my mom came home or whatever, I don't know, it wasn't even that much longer after she got home, we really got into it. We got into a really huge argument, and I don't even remember what exactly it was about. I just remember, it hurt me, the fact that we were fighting. So I literally just stayed in my room pretty much almost the rest of the night until my ex-boyfriend texted me, and he's like, can I come back over? So I was like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here at my house. Wow, that was so overdramatic. But yeah, I did not want to be here because of that situation, and this was before I got my license. So, I'm shedding hair. This was before I got a license in a car, so it's not like I could just go anywhere, I was stuck. So, I asked him if he could come and pick me up, because I did not want to be here. So, what he does, he comes and picks me up, tells me he's here, so then I grab my phone, my key, and put my flip-flops on, and that is it. I go outside, or I come downstairs, actually. I come downstairs, and my mom looks at me, and she just, gives me the evil eye, like, are you serious right now? Like, she was so mad, and I was like, I just need to get out of here. I just really, really need to get out of here. Like, I just don't want to be here right now. And she was kind of mad, and I'm like, you know what? We're not going to be here. We're going to go somewhere else. So, yeah. So, go outside, get in his truck, and, he's like, where do you want to go? I don't know where to go, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, you know what? I don't care where we go. I just don't want to be at my house. Okay, that's literally all. Just take me somewhere else besides my house, please. He had to go drop something off at his house. So we drive over to his house, which is not that far from mine, probably a few blocks, whatever. He parks his truck right in front of his house, and he says he'll be right back. So that means I'm sitting in his truck in the street all by myself. I was like emotional. I was probably inside maybe 10-15 minutes, and I was out there all by myself. He had his window down and I didn't. So I was just sitting there. I was watching cars go by and blah blah blah, whatever. He comes back outside and he's like, "You mind if we just stay here? I don't feel like driving anywhere." I'm like, "That's fine. I don't care. I just don't want to be at my house. I'd rather be anywhere else but there right now." We just sit in his truck in front of his house and we sit there and we just talk. And we just talk about life and everything and blah blah blah. We have a great conversation. And, you know, time is just passing by. It's probably been like, I want to say maybe like an hour, and it's probably like 10, 11, I don't know, something like that. You know, as we were sitting there talking, we were watching cars drive back and forth, you know, down the street. We watched cars back in and out of driveways. You know, we saw people, you know, leaving and coming and going and blah blah blah. You know, there's constant like traffic. A car comes up behind us and parks or whatever. And, you know, I'm just sitting there and, you know, he notices. He's like, "Who just parked behind me?" And I literally turn around and I look behind me and there's a cop car behind us. And I'm like, "That's a cop car. That is a cop car." So I told him that and he didn't believe me. I'm like, "Yes, that is. I could see like the thing that's on the top of their car with their lights, but they didn't have their lights flashing, so I mean it was out, but I could see that it was obviously a cop." A couple seconds later, then a cop walks up to his window, and you know, he had his window down. So he comes up, he starts talking to us, and he's like, you know, asking us what we're doing, and we literally just say we're sitting here talking. You know, he asks him for his ID and whatnot. And then he asked me where I lived, and I said, "I live on blah, 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 it's not that far down the road from here. We just came from there not that long ago." And then, you know, he kind of makes small talk with us, and then he walks away with his ID. We're just sitting there, and we're like, what is happening? What is happening? What is happening? Because for one, for me, on the other hand, I have never been in any shape or form involved with law enforcement at all. I don't even think I've ever had a conversation with a cop before this, honestly. Like, I am such a good child. I was 18 and I have not like once talked to a cop before that, so. But on the other hand, he was not. He is familiar with cops. Anyways, wow, my ring almost just flew off my finger. That's great. You know, we're just kind of making small talk and we're like, what is happening? We were thinking, we were like, honest to God, thinking we're probably gonna get arrested because what the heck? We're sitting in the middle, not in the middle, we're sitting outside of his house in his truck, and a cop basically pulls us over, if you would say. Basically, I don't know. So we're thinking we might get arrested because, you know, I don't know. We're just sitting there. What is happening? We don't know what's going on. The guy comes back to his window and he asks us, "Why do you think we're here?" or whatever. I don't remember exactly how he said it. But he eventually told us that they were called out for a suspicious truck. A suspicious truck. Are you serious? Are you serious right now? Are you serious? We're sitting in front of his house just talking. We're 18-year-olds just talking. Like, literally just talking. And then the cop asked me for my ID, and I'm like, "I don't have my ID. It's at home. I didn't bring anything with me." Literally, all I had was my phone and my key. That was literally it. So the cop says, "Alright, you can tell him your information." So I look over to my right, and there's a cop standing at my window. I'm like, what? Oh my god. So there was two cops, and there was one standing on my window. So then I rolled on the window, and the guy asked me for my information, blah blah blah, hesitating, and I'm like stuttering, and I feel like this guy doesn't believe me because I'm stuttering and I'm hesitating, and I'm like, I don't know this. Like, I don't know. I was like completely like brain froze or whatever. Like, seriously, I was so nervous. I swear I just heard something. He takes my information down and he walks away. I'm like, okay, so then the other cop is still talking to my ex-boyfriend, whatever. And we're just, sitting there, and they were making small talk or whatever. And they said, they eventually came back and told us that they couldn't do anything because we weren't doing anything wrong. We were just sitting there talking. Obviously we had no weapons, there was no threat, there was nothing. There was absolutely nothing they could do. But they told us to pull up in his driveway. We were sitting there waiting for them to leave, and we seen the cop car drive away down the street, and then we see another cop car drive away down the street, so that's two, which would make sense since there was two cops. So the one that was talking to him and the one that was talking to me, I guess, were in two different cop cars. So there was two cop cars, and then there was a third cop car behind that cop car. So there was three. It was three cop cars. And then, as they all were driving that way, because we were parked, like, facing this way. So the way I'm facing is the way we were parked. So they were parked behind us, so they were going around and driving down that way. So then, those three cop cars were driving that way. And then there was another cop car. It was like a cop SUV type van that was driving towards us. So, four cop cars came out for a call about a suspicious truck. 4 cop cars. Are you kidding me? There's worse things that are happening in this freaking city that need those cops than what we were doing. We were doing nothing. So we honest to God thought we were gonna get arrested. Honestly, like, our minds were so blown, we just could not get over that. So then, they all leave, they're all gone. He starts up his truck, we pull in his driveway. We sit in his driveway for like 10 minutes, just like literally talking about what just happened, like, what is our life, what is going on, what in the world, what, and like still to this day, he does not know who called the cops. Like, I just don't understand. We were 18, just talking. Like, I was having a stressful week, I was emotional, I needed him to be there, and we just sat there and talked. That's it. Literally it. And we got 4 cops called on us, basically, just for sitting and talking. Which, honestly, like, at the time, we were both, like, low-key freaking out because we were like, what is going on? We don't know what's gonna happen, We didn't know. Now, looking back, I just think it's hilarious, the fact that, like, we just were talking and we got the cops called on us. Like, we didn't do anything wrong. Like, we do that at my house, but we sit in my driveway or we sit outside and back. I mean, we never get cops called out at my house, but at his house, it was, like, just a couple streets away. And, like, we got the cops called on us. Oh my god. I just think it's funny. So, yeah, that is the time where I think I almost got arrested, or I almost got arrested. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys think that's funny or if you think it's stupid, but it's the thing that happened to me last year, and it's just something I think it's funny to me to look back on. I mean, some people might not think it's that drastic because I didn't do anything, but like, things like this happen to me like all the time where like, I'm not really doing anything, but all of a sudden this weird thing or some crazy thing just happens to me. And actually, I have another story time video that I want to tell really, really soon. And it's the time this time almost got arrested for something I did in Canada. Like, man, I was super, super close. It was more serious than this story. So if you want to hear that, let me know. Give this video a big thumbs up. And I will see you guys later. Bye!